Hey guys, welcome to Mazzy Fit Podcast. My name is Jess Mazariegos. You can find me on Instagram at mazzii.fit. I'm so excited to share my story with you guys, my struggles, and my successes. How I got from being homeless, being a drug addict, being overweight, to finally finding the 10.0 version of myself and now being able to help others. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. All right, bro. Shy is one of my best friends, dog. Let's talk about how we met, bro.
How did we meet, bro?
Tinder.
Tinder, really?
Yo, we met on fucking Tinder, dog. Looking for stud bros out here in these streets, dog.
Bro, I thought it was Bumble Friends, Bumble BFF.
Nah,
No?
dog. It was straight up Tinder, dude.
I boycotted Tinder a long time
We
ago.
fucking fell in love, bromance style.
No, straight up. I'm pretty sure I hit you up, or one of us hit each other up on some bro, you're fly as fuck, dog.
Yeah, dude, like
Chicken
stud
friends.
bros.
Dead ass. Bro.
We was just trying to be stud bros, dog. The vibes was there for sure.
Yeah, I was like, you look
Fuck.
cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah, goddamn, dude. So, yeah, I feel like the first time we met was like fucking iconic, bro, to our friendship and like how shit
Bro, yeah.
like is now kind of stapled, like that shit.
Literally, yeah. Probably the trippiest meeting ever. For sure. I was just like, bro, who is this? What
Yo,
are you doing, bro?
I pulled up in my fucking car. I had like the tricked out Camry, like new Camry with the red guts and shit. And you pulled up in your little '05 Versa, which you literally just got rid of, dog.
Yeah.
How long have you had your new car?
Cool month and a half.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
Did you pay your first payment yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Did it hurt?
Not too bad.
Nah.
No,
All
it
right,
didn't hurt
see?
as bad as I thought it would.
That's
be
what I'm
honest.
saying, dog. You
Yeah.
just gotta take the leap of faith sometimes. So we fucking went to go hang out, and correct me if I'm wrong, you always kind of had this mindset where, you know, you just like grew up thinking like, I don't know, like, I mean, I'd love to hear your take on that. Like, how do you think that you grew up, and then how did that transform into like our meeting being kind of like different from everybody else you've met?
I mean, being that I grew up up north, where I don't know if anybody's from up north, but I grew up in a dynamic that was very dog eat dog world. Kind of just always watch your back. You never know what people's true intentions are. And then to meet somebody, literally first link, she's like, "Oh, I got it. We go to this bougie little spot." I'm like, "Bro,
Dog, took you to
here?
the fucking rooftop, dog.
I said, this kind of romantic, bro.
Yeah.
What's up?"
Yeah, this was back when I was drinking too. Like we had like a couple drinks on the rooftop in Midtown in Tampa.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
yo, that shit was fire.
Bro, no.
I miss
First
that
of all,
place.
yeah, it was fire for you because you was a regular there. But I was looking at this menu, y'all. I said, "What are these things? Like, genuinely, what are these menu items? Because I don't know what I'm ordering, right?" And then I see the bill. I said, and no questions asked. Sis was just like, Psh. I'm like, bro, who, what is going on? How much do I cash up you, girl? She's like, no, it's good. And yo, the whole dynamic of our friendship up until this very point, has been straight up just support and love and just always pushing and poking. No, you could be better than that. Why are you settling? And it's it's just crazy to come from, you never know what somebody's true intentions are. You're constantly dealing with ulterior motives or, just people who are out here to see what they can get from you and, nothing more, nothing less. It's, you want a life coach, this the one right here. There's a reason why it's one of my closest friends, mentor, all that,
Dog, and it's crazy to me because you, like, the one of the first things you, like, said back when we first had the conversation of like how crazy it was when we met, was you were like, what do you see like in me? Like, what does this person like see in me? And like, that's a great fucking question, because, and I've always wanted to like really get into this shit with you, is like, I'm an extremely empathic person. So I can feel very deeply what other people's struggles are and like what they've been through, and navigate how to treat them in a way that's going to actually impact them more and like bring more light to their life. Like, so with you specifically, I was like, damn, dude, like I just kind of felt the heaviness on your heart, that you were going through some shit at that time, and that you just needed kind of like like you just needed like a fucking deep breath.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like I definitely felt that from you, and I was like, damn, like let's just have some fucking drinks. Let me like show this dope person like how dope they actually are, and like what the possibilities are in life. Because I came from Jacksonville, bro, like, and not to say that I grew up poor or anything like that. Like, I was middle class, but I grew up around like every walk of life. Like, I had friends with mansions, but I also had friends that like lived in trailers, and like we would, go four-wheeling, and like they would break down, and like, like we would have bonfires outside their trailers and shit. Like, I had friends of all walks of life. So it was like, I just learned super early how different people react to different things, and it really helps me now, especially being that person that people look to. I have a better concept of what to say and how to react now that I'm able to understand more about people, I feel like. So with our first meeting and like the way we were texting, I just kind of figured like, let me meet this person, because obviously I was looking for like friends, and like stud bros specifically, because there's just an unspoken fucking beef with masculine women sometimes. And it's like, dude, what did I do to you, dog? Like, what?
For no good reason either. Because, like, bro, we be struggling as women, as, like, minorities, as the most hated vibe out there. You know what I mean? It be the men don't be liking us, the women don't be liking us, the femmes be mad at us, the studs be mad at the studs for no good reason. And it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, we all be having our own little struggles that we need somebody who understands to talk about these things.
We're
and
all just trying to get along. I just want to be your friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
like,
trying to be stud bros.
Stud bros.
Yo, we still gotta, bro. So Shy and I are gonna start a company in the future, and that's gonna be something to fucking look out for. You remember?
Bro, yeah.
You remember? Nah,
Yeah.
I was like, let me see if she remembers. Dog. We talked about starting a company, and that's definitely gonna be a fucking vibe. Y'all need to look out for that shit.
For the studs, by the studs.
For the studs, by the studs. Dog.
For sure.
Another LLC in the works. Dog. Yo, I'm trying to stack LLCs. Like, I'm trying to have like 6. I got 2 right now.
Passive or like active type of deals?
You got to be active in everything. You can't be 100% in everything, but you can be like, once these 2 companies are established, I'm going to take my foot off the gas and give it to somebody else to like put their foot on the gas. So like, specifically with the coaching company, that's going to be like my number one. Like, I'm not going to stray from that at all. But like my real estate company, I want to start that and then kind of give it to somebody else to manage, Right, yeah. So like get a bunch of rental properties, give it to a company, or like hire a CEO. You know what I mean? That's just gonna handle business.
Yeah.
So
I mean, start it off something active and then turn it passive.
exactly, because you have to be like, maybe like 85% into your companies, like invested anyways, like personally, time wise. But then that's when you hire people and you buy back your time and like you're able to do shit like that.
And even just like, I feel like that would be a huge way to elevate the life coaching, where like then you genuinely have opportunities for people to say like, okay, you know, I have this position that needs to be filled, or I have, you know, you're looking to be here, well, I have this little step up, you know, to get there type of deal.
So I definitely see myself being somebody who helps people that are newly sober. Like I see that being like a really big skill of mine, because I'm a huge advocate for like knowing more about what you're doing, because people fear what they don't understand. So like I feel like people that are interested in getting sober should have the knowledge to like try by themselves.
But also having somebody who has the knowledge to help them through it. Because one thing I don't think we talked about until deeper into our friendship was like, you know, I didn't deal with an extensive level of like addiction, but I did kind of fall through a little slippery slope where when we met, I was at the peak of like all of the consequences of my actions. And it was like I was at a point where I was starting to sort of, I wouldn't say give up, but I would say settle. Like I was starting to say, you know what, like I'm this person. You know, I've made these mistakes and I am that person. And, you know, then meeting you, seeing where you were at, whipping this nice old car, you know, whatever. And like we had a really good conversation the first day we met, where like you told me a lot. Like you were really, and like I felt bad initially because we kind of straight off got into like my breakup and, you know, all my stuff. And I was like, I'm trauma dumping. Like, you know, don't do that. And then it was like you opened up about all your stuff and we were able to kind of relate on a lot of things. And then for you to like kind of like, one, respect that like I'm a very low maintenance friend, right? So like you never held that against me, that like there'd be times where I wouldn't text back. There'd be times I was so caught up in my own mess that like I wasn't around, you know? And we still were able to build such a good friendship because you never gave up on me. Like you always kind of like saw the better in me. You always pushed for me, you know, like just pushed for me to do better and be better and like just motivate me, like remind me that like you know, you're not your misfortunes. You're not the cards you were dealt. You're not your mistakes. And like that was something that like to sit here today and say like I am not my mistakes is so empowering, because I truly genuinely reached a point where I was like, it runs in my blood. Like I remember saying that, like my dad was a cheater, my grandpa was a cheater, you know, it runs in my family. And it's like, no, not at all. Like now these days we have the conversation all the time of why settle, why just settle for good enough. And that's something huge, you know what I mean, that not enough people know, not enough people have somebody there to remind them of that, you know what I mean. And that's why y'all need to fuck with Mozzie Fit, man. Y'all need to get on y'all little life coach and stuff, cause
well, that's the thing, dude. Like you can tell when somebody is supposed to be the person that breaks their generational trauma and curses. Like I feel like that is, and I get this from my father. I'm not even gonna lie. He is one of the most intuitive people I've ever met. And like my grandmother, same thing, bro. I always wear her necklace, and I feel like she like speaks through me, or like she gives me these vibes about people. And I've always been so grateful for that ability to see people for exactly who they are. Mm-hmm. Like I'm able to give people the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I'm like so, and it almost makes me awkward in like certain conversations. I will meet somebody and be like, hi.
I know your life
But like
story.
I'm sitting here like reading them like a book, but I don't realize that I'm like sitting there like kind of prejudging them, but at the same time I'm like I already know. Like I know exactly who I'm dealing with because I'm like people's body language and I haven't been wrong very many times. I can't say that.
Let me just say, this whole intuition talk, right? Like, once and like when you come across Jess, right? Like when you actually meet her in person or whatever the case is, like, because we all know, right? She's going across the country. She's going to blow, right? And when y'all run into her, right? And y'all get that.
And dog, that awkward stare into
Yo,
your soul.
like, I've never been good at eye contact. That's something I've never been good at. And like in the past couple years, I've kind of learned the importance of it, right? So I've gotten a little bit better at it. I don't think I've ever been the one to not break it. Like every time we'll be having conversations, like she'll just be like, yeah, because what I'm saying is the fucking truth and you need to just get right. And I'll be
because it's so important to look into people's eyes when they speak.
It is, but not everybody is as trippy as you are, right? Like it's intuitive. Like you really just be like, I'm gonna deliver this message into your soul. Like,
dude,
you gonna receive this message today, and it's like, yo,
dog,
bruh, like that's real. Like, cause it's like they say, my great grandmother, right? I never met her, but like, she always used to tell my mom that my mom had sad eyes, right? And like my mom had a very troubling like upbringing and stuff. We don't have to get into that, but you know, it's always taught me that like our eyes speak so much more than anything could. Your body language, what your words are saying, like even your facial expression, like your eyes say it all. They really do. And it's like when you come across somebody who can literally stare into your eyes while they're speaking, it's like you know what I mean, that they're looking deeper. You know what I mean? They're not just judging you on a surface level or just reading you from what you've told them or whatever the case is. Like it's
that's how I know exactly. Like I'm very good at detecting like lies in people. I'm very good at detecting like when there's truly something going on. Like I am the person that's like, hey, how are you doing? They're like, oh, I'm doing great. No, what's bothering you? Like, what's wrong? Like, I can fucking tell, bro. Dude, she knows from personal experience, dude.
Literally, the amount of times that I try to, like, leave home at home, and then, because I don't know, I mean, y'all might not know this, but, like, we work together and such, and there's been times where I'll be like, leave it at the door, leave it in the car, and I'll come in, hey, guys, how y'all doing? How you doing today, Jai? Oh, I'm doing spectacular. And, yo, I just be watching her. I'll be watching her because I'm like, I already know she's going to come, sit her little happy ass at my desk, and start picking my brain. And what's going on, Shy? Nothing
Yo,
good.
we always get into a conversation.
Bruh, but it's
every time.
What's really going on, though?
Yeah.
Are you
but
okay today?
But I don't even have to say that.
Honestly, that's the, yeah.
I just be like, yo, what's up, girl? What's up? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
But that's important, dude. Because, like, sometimes I feel like that outsider's perspective needs to be had in certain situations. So, like, I am, like, a completely unbiased opinion in your life where I am just seeing it, like, calling it how I see it. So, like, I can tell you when you're fucking wrong and when you're fucking up, and I can say, when, your fucking second cousin's dog fucked you over in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we've talked about all kinds of different, like, scenarios and, like, things that we've been through. And, like, when we first met, like you said, you were like trauma dumping on me. But, like, I saw that as, like, an opportunity for me to also share, because I feel like it's so important that when somebody sits there and trusts you to, like, share those things with you and, like, that information, you should also share something back if you're comfortable, obviously. But that's something that happens to me a lot. Like, I'll meet people. I've had multiple customers, like, just sit at my desk when I used to sit in a cubicle, And they would just sit there and talk to me. And like the whole like hour and some change that we had together, they would tell me about God, their life. I had a beautiful gentleman tell me about his struggle with cancer. Like opened up to me about like how he almost died. He had stage 4 cancer. And he was like, and I fucking beat that shit. Like he was the fucking dopest person, like one of the dopest person. And I fucking had tears in my eyes when like I went to say bye to him, bro. Like it was fucking heavy, dude, talking to this guy. But like he was like, and I always get the same response when they start telling me about this shit. I don't know why I'm telling you this. They always say the same shit. I don't know why I'm telling you this. And I'm like, I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, bro, like I just have that like vibe of like open arms. Like I feel like people can see a lot of what I've been through, like just in my personality. Like there was this guy, Tanner, they used to work with us. He was like, he asked me one day, he was like, hey, Jess, why are you so chill? And I was like, trauma. Like, and that was the realest answer because it just flowed off my tongue. But like, it was a lot more than just obviously trauma. Like I've healed myself of so many things and like been through so much shit in my life that like I feel like nothing can really fuck with me now. Like I'm just in a state of acceptance and gratitude and higher vibration. Obviously certain things will bother me every once in a while, but like that's just me, bro. Like I don't ever want to bring somebody else the things that I've been through, because I feel like that's just not fair. You know?
And not to mention, like, just the bigger picture of, like, every bad thing you go through is there to teach you something or to show you, like, what you're made of, right? To where, like, that was another huge thing that you taught me was, you know, be grateful for the bad stuff. Like, when you're going through the worst stuff, be the most grateful because you know that you're going to come out way stronger on the other side. You know that better times are coming. You know that you're being equipped with armor that you didn't have before, you know, and it's so slept on, you know, like you see so many people walking around with this like victim mindset and this like, why me, why me, why me? And it's like, yes, me, like I'm the one, you know what I mean? Like you got the right one. Like that's what they meant by that. They didn't mean, you know, bring me all your BS because that's how I'm gonna entertain myself. You know what I mean? It's bigger than that. You know, it's a message. You know, it's something to show you. Like I said, what you're made of, really. Because it's just like when I met her, I had no idea what her story was, but like to really like dig into that as our friendship grew and to see like just how far in such little time you've grown and evolved and like not just grown and evolved yourself, but, you know, the people around you. Like, for you to have become an inspiration to your father is something huge. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I have people in my family like that who are older, and it's like, I've always just looked at it like, can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? I can only control what I can do. But it's like, no, because if you're living your life, you know, in the lead, right? Like you're leading with love and you're leading with your best foot forward every time. It's inevitable that people are going to be influenced by that. People are going to see that. People are going to want to, you know, partake in that. And it don't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. There was a point in my life, I'm only 22. And there was a point in my life where I'm like, it's too late. It's too late. I've already ruined my life. Girl, you are a child. I was 19, 20 years old telling myself, it's too late. You can't do it. I can't do what? Like, let's be real. You know, like, how much can you truly not do?
Yo,
Makes no sense.
leading from the front. Lead from the motherfucking front. Nobody's gonna listen to unless you're doing that shit. If you're gonna talk the talk, you better walk the motherfucking walk.
That's
bro.
what they meant by show your ass. Lead from the front.
Show your ass.
Show your ass. What was it? What was it this girl used to say? Your CDL.
Oh
dump
my
truck.
God, my dump truck. So like I be doing hella squats. Okay, so I like
Right.
on my fitness journey, long story short, on my fitness journey, I got really fucking skinny, right? And then I started to like build my body back to where I wanted it to be. And so I started bulking again, and like I had no ass, bro. It was upsetting when I got really skinny. And then I started like really working on my legs, really working on my glutes, and this girl I was dating was like, I was in the kitchen one time. I was in the kitchen one time. She used to flirt with me. Ooh. Um, and I bent over to grab like a pan or something from the bottom shelf. She goes, "You got a CDL?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like a truck driver?" She said, "For that dump truck." I was like, "Oh shit." This girl just asked me if I had a fucking CDL for my
Bruh.
dump truck. I'm like, shit, at least it's working. God
At least it's working.
Yo.
She has some game, bruh. She
Yo, I
just
was
showed up to work blushing, bruh. She
I
said,
was like, this girl said I had a fucking CDL. She said I had a dump truck.
duh, she went telling everybody, yeah, I got my CDL.
Yo, I even like
got my
fucking I
CDL."
turned around with it like so they could see what I was talking about. You know?
What you
Bro.
mean what I mean? You know you see it.
Dead ass. Yo, it's fucking been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, dog. Like you have grown into like truly one of my best friends. I appreciate all your love and support. Like couldn't
That all goes back tenfold, bruh. Like, this is the type of friend that's gonna change your life for real, man. You don't come across those often.
I just don't I don't ever want you to settle, bro. Like that's the thing, bro. Like you said, when I first met you, you were kind of settling into the comfort zone of accepting your place in life and being like, this is who I am and it's too late and blah 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 blah. But like I literally saw that. I saw that in you and was like, nah, this ain't gonna work, bruh. She needs somebody to elevate her quick, like, or she's gonna get stuck right there. So like I planted my little seeds, walked away,
Literally.
let you grow a little bit,
Literally.
came back to give you some water. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With some sunlight, a little bit of, you
He
know,
was patient with me, bro.
words of encouragement. And that's the thing, bro. You cannot, we had great conversations, but they were welcomed. They were welcomed conversations. I never initiated the conversation into the point of personal development. It was you talking about the things that you went through, me talking about the things that I've been through and how I overcame them, being that they were very similar to things that you had been through.
Mm-hmm.
So with me doing that, it opened up the conversation to now, oh, she did all this with her life, and it got you wondering. And that's where I kind of planted the seed of, shit, I can do better if she can.
Mm-hmm. That
You
was
know what
really
I'm
the
saying?
big picture. Yeah.
And that's why leading from the front. And nobody's gonna fucking listen to you if you're not doing that shit your damn self.
Mm-mm.
That's like true about, brother-sister relationships, parent-child, child-parent, whatever type of relationship it is. I am able to inspire my father because I am a relentless motherfucker. I don't quit,
A
bruh.
psychopath, if you will.
5 a.m. every single day in the gym by 5:30, working out for like till 7. I run a mile a day. That's a new challenge that I gave myself. It got too
Just
easy.
don't stop.
It got too easy for me. I was getting too comfortable waking up at 5. Like it was literally like that.
Yeah, bro.
Like that's how it
Relentless is not even
was.
the word. Because honestly, it's like the most subtle relentless too. Like, because, your typical life coach and bodybuilder is going to like sit there and try to drill things into your head, right? But it's like you said, you plant these subtle little seeds just kind of like I'm gonna make you wonder. I'm gonna make you question this.
I'm gonna make you wonder what your life could be like
literally
if you just
fairy
did
dust.
the things that I'm doing here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. But it's like,
That's important, dude. Like, people need to, and like that's why, like, you know, the trip is so important, because there are so many people our age that want to travel the country and want to see everything and want to travel in general and want the financial freedom. So like being able to, you know, even the little things that I showed you that got you to where you are now, like you got into sales and you had no fucking idea what you were doing. But
you pulled me from my super comfy little deli job.
bro, I was like,
But-
what the fuck are you doing?
Let me just say, okay, so we met
It was like 2 years ago, bro.
2
It's
years,
almost 2 years.
right? 2 years ago. And beginning, top of this year, I still was at a point where I had, if I had triple digits in my bank account, I was doing good. You know what I mean? Like, I went through hella extra L's. Because, like I said, it was those subtle seeds. It was those things of like, and we had this conversation before too, where you know, you always say, what is it? When you're ready to learn, a teacher will appear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like during this whole breakup and like just funky little phase of my life, I remember having a moment where I just like, you know, dropped to my knees, got to praying, begging the universe, God, whatever, like, I don't want to be this way anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to be different. I want to change. I want to grow. I don't know how though, right? And then she pops up and I don't really take it for much. You know, I'm just like, yo, this is a cool friend, you know, whatever. And years pass, literally years pass. And like I said, planting these little seeds, sending these little Instagram videos and, you know, all these different little things. You know, we link up and it's like she's speaking life into me. And I'm like, what do you see in me? I ain't shit.
Meanwhile, what have I been doing the entire time? Fucking work my ass off, bro.
Grinding, bro.
You seen me at this crazy ass level. I was
Grinding.
still fucking fat when I first met you.
Barely.
I was still a little chunky when I first. I was probably
Little
like
chunky.
I was probably like still 145.
I don't know.
I
The drip
probably
was too
lost-
hard. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, I was wearing a suit.
She was dripped out, right?
I was
But
wearing a suit.
yeah, no, like it's just crazy to think like it's definitely like, you know, growth and evolution and all that is definitely not the type of thing that, you know, you're gonna start working with somebody and in 2 weeks you're gonna see results. Like you genuinely have to have reached that point where you're not just sick and tired and ready for a change, but willing to put the sweat equity, you know, you're ready to actually put in the work. Because every single time that she'd, you know, speak life into me, every time she sent me something, I'd be like, facts, honey, for real, bro, level up season, right, I can't wait. But was I really truly putting forth the work?
Nah,
Or
you was working at Wawa, motherfucker. You was fucking making, what was it, hoagie season when
Throw your shots,
I
dog.
fucking pulled your ass out of there and said, what the fuck are you doing making
Yo,
those fucking little pocket change there, bro? That's the thing. Sales is a fucking skill. Can I just tell you, selling cars, being in sales in general, if you're fucking working at McDonald's, go into sales. I promise you there is a dealership, there is a fucking cell phone company, there is somebody will fucking hire you. And learn the skill of sales. I promise you that shit will change your fucking life. Because you have nobody to blame for how much money you're making but you.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you so much accountability. It gives you the value of hard work, because the harder you work in sales, the more fucking money you're going to make.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, like, that sort of, like, I don't want to say instant gratification, but that feeling of, like, I did it. You know what I mean? And it's even, like, when you take it deeper than just sales and, like, really, like, the skill set, right? Because you could be a grimy salesperson. You know, you could get in there and you could learn all the perfect things to say and all the ways to just finesse and whatever and make those deals. But to genuinely say, you know, you are a salesperson and you have sales skills where like you can do clean business, you know, you can genuinely build rapport with people. You can take those skills elsewhere in your life, you know, like one of the biggest things I'm grateful for of like just getting me into this lifestyle was I was able to take so much of these communication skills into my personal life and learn how to, you know, more efficiently get my point across in less words even, you know, like just learn how to take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Take the objection. Sometimes people are just not ready, and that's okay. You know, sometimes your point is your point. You know, your opinion is your opinion, and that's okay. You know, not everybody has to take the deal. You know what I mean? And that's just the beauty of life. You know what I mean? If we were all synonymous, this place would be boring, man.
Yeah. The communication skills that I've learned in sales have been incredible. Like I definitely feel like I can I can do anything. I can communicate with any kind of person. I've had to adapt to all kinds of people all over. Like I worked next to Orlando International Airport selling cars. That was my first sales job. And I've sold cars in German, I've sold cars in Japanese. I've sold cars I've sold cars just off of Google Translate in different languages because that's that's what had to happen.
Damn,
That shit's crazy, bro.
this is a lot though. Like
Yeah.
different languages.
That was my very first, like, that was my, not my first sales job, but my first auto sales job. That shit taught me so much.
Takes
Genuinely.
guts.
Yeah, dude. All right. It is time to wrap it up. We're out of time, but Shy, I cannot wait to see you when I get back.
Facts.
I'm so excited to see how much you've grown. We're doing some exposure therapy while I'm gone,
Facts, man.
exposing you to never settle for less. Once exposed, you can never be unexposed. So now that you're seeing these higher levels, now that you're seeing, you know, where you can go from here, because you're in the same exact situation that I was, right? At the same sales job with the same opportunities. So now, what's next? What can you do from here to level up in that skill? So that way you can grow and do better. Maybe do something else. Do something on the side.
I have no idea, but I'm stoked to see what happens, man.
Bro, it's going to be fucking lit.